If you've been adding molasses to your garden soil because you've heard it feeds the microbes, you're not alone. For years, gardeners and homesteaders have sworn by molasses as a natural soil booster, a sweet, sticky miracle that's supposed to bring life back to tired ground. But here's the shocking truth. If you're using molasses the wrong way, you could actually be suffocating your soil instead of reviving it. In today's video, we're exposing the one molasses mistake that silently kills beneficial microbes, drives worms away, and leaves your plants gasping for nutrients. The good news? Once you understand how to use it correctly, molasses becomes one of the most powerful tools in your soil health arsenal. Molasses is more than just a pantry item. It's a microbial feast. It's rich in sugars, iron, calcium, and trace minerals that microbes love to eat. When added in small amounts to compost, tea, or soil, it acts like rocket fuel for bacteria and fungi, helping them multiply rapidly and bring your soil to life. You know, healthy soil isn't just dirt. It's a living ecosystem filled with billions of microorganisms. These tiny creatures break down organic matter, fix nitrogen, and create nutrients that plants can absorb. Molasses, used correctly, jump-starts this natural cycle. But here's where things go wrong. Most gardeners assume that if a little molasses helps, then a lot must be even better. Unfortunately, that's where disaster begins. When you pour too much molasses into the soil or your compost tea, you overload the system with sugar. And just like feeding too much sugar to an aquarium, it triggers a microbial explosion that quickly burns out. Here's what happens. The sudden sugar rush causes microbes to reproduce uncontrollably. This rapid population spike depletes all available oxygen in the soil. Beneficial aerobic microbes, the ones your plants need, begin to suffocate. The result? A soil that smells sour drains poorly and locks up essential nutrients. You'll notice plants' yellowing roots rotting and worms disappearing. It's like turning your soil into a swamp of sugar sludge. Worms thrive in balanced, oxygen-rich soil. But when molasses causes a microbial overload, oxygen levels drop drastically, and worms either leave or, well, they die off. Think about it for a moment. Worms breathe through their skin, and if the soil becomes too wet or anaerobic, they literally suffocate. So, while you thought you were feeding them, you were actually driving them away. Worms are nature's tillers. Without them, your soil becomes compacted and, quite frankly, lifeless. The good news is that molasses can be one of your garden's best allies, but only in moderation. The key is balance. Here's how to use it correctly. First, use it in dilution. Mix 1 tablespoon of molasses per gallon of water if you're making a soil drench or compost tea. Never pour it straight or at full concentration. Second, pair it with compost or worm castings. Molasses should feed microbes, but microbes need a home. Always mix molasses with compost or castings so the microbial population has a stable base to grow from. Right, so don't overuse it. Apply no more than once every 2 weeks during the growing season. Overuse can throw your soil microbiome out of balance. And aerate if possible. If you're brewing compost tea with molasses, keep it aerated with a small pump or stir it several times a day. This keeps oxygen levels high and prevents anaerobic bacteria from taking over. Also, observe the soil. Healthy soil smells earthy and rich. If it ever smells sour, rotten, or like alcohol, just stop using molasses and let the soil rebalance. So, here's a simple formula I use to keep soil microbes happy without suffocating them. You'll need 1 gallon of rainwater, or dechlorinated water, 1 tablespoon of molasses, 1 cup of worm castings, or finished compost, and 1 tablespoon of rice water, or EM, that's effective microorganisms solution. And, if you like, you can add a small pinch of kelp meal or seaweed powder. Just mix everything together and let it brew for about 24 hours. Then you can use it as a gentle drench for the soil or even as a foliar spray once every 2 weeks. So the result? Well, your soil will absolutely teem with beneficial microbes, worms will return in droves, and your plants will show faster growth and much stronger resistance to disease. All of this happens without the risk of suffocation or nutrient lockout. Molasses isn't, a miracle fertilizer. It's really a microbial catalyst. When used correctly, it energizes the invisible ecosystem beneath your feet. But if you use it carelessly, it can actually wipe out that same life overnight. The key is simple. Feed the soil, don't drown it. Think of molasses as a gentle nudge for your soil's microbial community, not a sugar rush. If you've ever poured molasses into your garden and noticed a strange smell or sluggish growth, now you know why. But don't worry, your soil can recover. Stop feeding it for a while, add organic matter, and let the microbes rebalance naturally. Within weeks, you'll see new worm tunnels, improved drainage, and vibrant plant growth again. So, the next time someone tells you to add molasses to your garden, smile and say, "Sure, but only the right way."